All right, we are here for Creating Money Crew. It is November 20th. This is our third call in case you're watching the recording or searching recordings. We do have some new members with us today. Maria, would you just introduce? I can turn it towards you too. Just say your name, where you're from, and why you want to read the book.
Hello, I'm Maria Rivera, and I'm from California, the Bay Area, born and raised. And my husband and I decided to move here 2 years ago to be close to our grandbabies. And I am reading this book and have joined the book group because I am trying to manifest more enrollment in my classes. Oh, I teach music together with Miss Maria here at Cozy Corner, by the way.
By the way,
So, yeah, that's one of my main motivations. And I have had a challenging relationship with money in the way that I have never thought that I should, if this makes sense, should make money because I came from maybe poverty, and so I always have like a poverty mentality, but I'm getting out of that, and this I
yeah,
think
you
will
are
help.
signed up for the book club.
That's right. So
Awesome.
that's my motivation.
Thanks for the intro. And we have one more new member. She said she was coming in person today, so when Jennifer gets here, she can introduce herself, but not the same Jen that we
No.
talked about. So I was like, whenever she signed up, I was like, hey, remind me your Facebook name. She's like, oh, I'm not on Facebook. I said, what are the odds that Jennifer and Jen are both in? Anyway, so tonight we're going to read and practice the Expressing a Higher Quality exercise. Did anybody end up doing this one on their own? I did not, but did any of y'all? That's okay. So last time we read chapter 2, and then we stopped before we had a chance to do the exercise for chapter 2. So I'm just gonna, what I love about this book are the affirmations kind of sprinkled in. I'm gonna read the affirmations and then we'll do the exercise together.
I thought we did
Hi.
the exercise.
We did the chapter 1. Hi, Jennifer.
Oh, the chapter
Hi, come
one.
on in. Take a seat.
Yeah, wherever you like.
I don't have my book yet.
That's okay. You can absorb. Do you want anything to like write with or maybe take notes?
No, well, I didn't bring anything. Next time I'll be better prepared.
I'll get you something to write with. While I go get that, this is a hybrid class, so we have half in person and kind of half online. Will you just tell everybody your name, where you're from, and why you want to read this book, and I'll go get you a paper.
My name is Jennifer, and I'm originally from Fort Worth, but I moved here 2 years ago. And the reason why I want to read this book is because I'm literally trying to manifest a few things in my life right now. And Amber over at the Blank Space told me about this, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to be there.
Yeah,
So.
awesome. Glad you're here.
Thank you.
Yeah, Amber will be here soon.
Yeah, she said she'd be a little late, but
Yeah.
thanks for letting me join late.
Yeah, there you go. Of course.
I just joined today too.
Oh, awesome. Okay, we're newbies together.
Yeah.
So just real quick, my name's Melissa. This is Kristen, Maria, Rhonda, and then online we have Cindy. You can't see her. Heather, who's usually here in person. Jess, Rhett. I think they're on their way, and Bridget.
Nice
And
to
now-
meet you all.
And now we're ready. Now we're ready to jump in. So you can just listen and take notes since you don't have your book. And honestly, sometimes that's better. Anyway, so and I can't add you to the group chat. So maybe I'll send you the
I'm
recordings.
gonna get a Facebook.
Oh, you are?
Yes.
Okay.
I think you just have to have a Facebook these days.
Yeah, even if you don't,
Yeah.
post, you can be connected. So in the group chat, I send reminders about the meetings and I put all the recordings in there too.
I'll set that up tonight and then I'll send
Oh.
you my stuff tomorrow.
Yay, perfect. So chapter 2 is called Becoming Abundant, and these are the affirmations. I live in an abundant universe. I always have everything I need. I radiate self-esteem, inner peace, love, well-being, and happiness. I create money and abundance through joy, aliveness, and self-love. Everything I do brings me aliveness and growth. The process of getting there is the quality of being there. So this exercise is called Expressing a Higher Quality. And when I had to kind of replace higher quality with emotion or feeling or intention. So the higher quality would be joy or peace or safety or anyway, that's what I kind of did for my brain. It says you can use this exercise to learn to express a higher quality more often by visualizing, having, and being that quality. So we're going to find a time and place where we can relax and think without interruption, and relax as in the first chapter's exercise, which we did last time. So we're going to close our eyes and take some deep breaths, and you can listen in, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Breathe in, breathe out, and keep doing that in and out as you think of a higher quality that you would like to have more of in your life. These higher qualities such as courage, peace, happiness, well-being, or love. As you continue to breathe, choose a quality that you think having more money will give you. As you think of this quality, imagine that you are feeling it. What does it feel like? Can you bring the feeling into your body? Notice any changes in your posture or breathing as you feel into your higher quality in your body. Next, picture a future situation in which you are expressing or experiencing this feeling. Pick one scene in your mind, a future imaginary event that represents how you might experience that quality. For instance, if you want more inner peace in your life, you might think of a common situation you experience often and see yourself experiencing inner peace the next time it happens. Keep the picture simple. Repeat it in your mind over and over. Feel the feelings you want to have in this situation as if you do have them. Next, notice how you are picturing this scene. Do you picture who is present, the clothes you're wearing, or what setting you're in? Fill out the picture in your mind with as many details as you can imagine. Then observe your picture of the scene again. Is it bright or dim? Can you make the picture brighter and notice your feelings of this higher quality as you do so? Are you seeing this as a picture in front of you, as if you are looking at a movie screen, or are you in the picture? Is the picture small or large? Is it in front of you or far away? Make the picture so real that you are standing inside of it. If someone is talking to you, make his or her voice beautiful, pleasing, and rich. Add pleasing, beautiful sounds to your picture. Perhaps sounds of nature, the ocean, or beautiful music in the background. Make the setting even more beautiful and pleasant. In your mind, make the colors more intense. Feel the objects in the scene and imagine the smells. Let the picture be 360 degrees wide all around you, above you, and a part of you. Make the feeling of inner peace or whatever quality you want even more real. If your thoughts wander, bring them back to your scene and the quality you want. The more vividly you can picture your scene or feel the quality, the better. See yourself enjoying having that feeling or quality. Make the picture so real that you can almost touch, hear, and see it. Bring in the full play of your emotions. Slowly let the scene fade. Enjoy your feelings as long as you like. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Take a deep breath and bring your full attention back to your present reality. The more you can put yourself in this picture rather than just seeing it as something outside of you, as if you were watching a movie, the more easily and rapidly you will create the feeling of the quality that you want. The more real you can make your imaginary scene and the feelings of this quality, the more frequently you will experience having this quality in your life. If you can't picture a scene, you can draw a quality to you by simply thinking of that quality as often as you can remember. Imagine you are feeling it. Bring the feeling into your body and make it as real as possible. Acknowledge yourself every time you experience, feel, or demonstrate that quality, and it will increase. Anybody want to share about their higher quality or their scene in their mind?
For me, it's letting go of all the other stuff that's going on in my life and just being present in the moment with happiness and joy, allowing myself to, like, for example, I just picture myself in a family setting with the grandbabies and my daughter and my son-in-law just getting down on the floor and playing with the kids rather than being so concerned about everything else that's going on. And let's pick up the trash. You know, like if it's at a birthday party, I'm always making sure I'm picking up all the,
Oh, yeah.
I need to just be there.
Be
So
present.
happiness and joy with moments.
Love that.
Yeah, good reminder.
Thank you. Anybody else want to share?
Anybody online? If not, I'll say something.
Anybody on Zoom want to share? Kristen, you want to share?
Yeah, just quickly sharing about how feeling peace with the whole blending family thing. It's still not an easy process, even though we did it. We've officially blended 3 years ago now, and it still has its kinks, and I was just imagining it flowing better and feeling more peaceful.
Love that. I always, whenever I do this exercise, I'm immediately on the beach. What does that feel? That higher quality of beach. It's like that only the
Beach.
the peace that the beach can bring.
Yes.
So this exercise is really great to do as often as possible. So once you pinpoint, okay, I want peace, or I want joy, or I want balance, or whatever it is your one higher quality is, practice it, visualize it every day. And if you have a hard time visualizing, or if you're like me and you have a hard time remembering to do your own homework, you can make a video. So what I did one time is I went to Google and I downloaded as many pictures as I could of a beach, and then I put them into a video and I would just watch the video. So you can kind of play with it and do what works for you and your brain. But yeah, visualizing and looking at, that's why vision boards work so well. Have y'all ever made a vision board and then whatever you put on there actually happens?
Yes.
That's the same essence of expressing a higher quality. So chapter 3 is discovering what you want, and for our new, hey, welcome. For newbies, what we do is we read. Whoever wants to read, there's no pressure. Well, you don't have your books, so you're listening today, but hey, how are you? Maria and Jennifer, 2 new guests. And we read 2 pages and then pick somebody else that wants to read. So I just did the expressing, were y'all listening in the car? Okay.
Yeah.
So we just finished that exercise. Does anybody want to start chapter 3 for us, either on Zoom or in person? Anybody feel like reading?
Hello.
Yay! Go, Kristen.
All right. And I'm recovering from a cold, so my throat's a little weird, but we'll do it. You may have many ideas about specific objects, sums of money, and other things that you want to create. Some of these things you want can help you express your higher qualities more fully, and some may not. You may have experienced this when you got something you thought you wanted and it didn't bring you the satisfaction you thought it would. You can learn to attract only those things that are best for expressing your higher qualities and fulfilling your deeper needs, and be satisfied with everything you create. In the next chapter, Magnetizing What You Want, you will learn how to work with your energy and magnetism to draw what you want to you. Before you magnetize, you will want clarity about what you want. You will want to know the essence something will give you, the needs it will fulfill, and the higher qualities you can express more fully to fulfill those needs. In this chapter, you will learn how to get clear about the essence of what you want, as well as its specific form if you know it. Then, when you magnetize what you want and it comes to you, it will be in a form that truly satisfies you and brings you joy. As a result, you will draw things to you that are even better than what you imagined. You can effectively draw things to you whether or not you know the specific form, amount, or appearance of the items you want. You do need to know their essence, however. The essence of something is the function you want this item to perform, the purposes you will use it for, or what you think it will give you or give to you. Many things other than what you picture might give you the essence of what you want. So be open to letting what you want come in whatever way, size, shape, or form is most appropriate. I know the essence of what I want and I get it. By knowing the essence of what you want, you make it possible to get it in many ways. For instance, if the essence of what you want from a new car is more reliable transportation, you might be able to find many ways to create that besides buying a new car. If you don't know the essence of what you want, you may buy a new car that is just as unreliable as the one you have. One woman wanted a new car because the car she had was unreliable, and she was concerned about driving places at night. She didn't dislike her car or want to spend money on a new one, but she thought the only way to have a reliable car was to get a new one. She got quiet and visualized a car and magnetized its essence, reliability, to her. Coincidentally, her old car stopped having problems. She got a new car several years later, and it was very reliable also. The essence of her request came to her quickly, although not in the way she imagined. You may want a new coat. Getting specific about the features you want in a coat will lead you to the essence of what the coat will give you. You may decide that it must be very warm, have a pleasing appearance, and be durable. As you become clearer about the essence of what you want, you will realize that many coats could fulfill your needs.
Anybody else want to read? Thanks, Kristen.
I'll read.
Thanks, Amber.
You may also discover that in addition to coats, other forms such as sweaters or heavy shirts might work as well. By becoming clear on the essence you want, you increase the range of possible forms and ways in which these forms can come to you. If you don't know the essence of what you want, you might buy a coat and find out later that it isn't warm enough in snow or dry enough in rain, or cannot take the heavy wear you subject it to. You may know exactly what features will best suit your requirements. You may want a new home but not know where it will be or how many rooms it will have. In this case, you can get specific about what functions it will fill in your life and how you will use it. You might ask for a house that has morning sun and lots of light, is near trees, has rooms for a hobby area, offers privacy from neighbors, has an open feeling, and so on. These features are the essence of the house you want. Everything I create fulfills me. If you focus on appearance or picture your new home in a great detail, but are not clear on the functions you want your house to fulfill, you might get the specific appearance you want and find that the house doesn't serve your needs. If you buy a particular house just because you like the way it looks, without knowing what you want to do in the house, such as entertain friends, store your outdoor equipment, or set up an office, the house might disappoint you. If you have too little space for entertaining, inadequate storage, and too few rooms. While it is good to picture a very specific house if you can, even down to the color of the walls, you also want to know why you want those particular features. Once you know the essence of what you want, the objects you attract will give you what you hope they will. Even if you know the form of what you want, you still want to know the essence. To discover the essence, get as specific as you can. For instance, if you want a new television, think about the color, features, and options that you want. Then ask, why do I want this feature instead of that one? As you get more specific, you will discover the essence of what you want. If you've ever designed or built something, you may have discovered that you needed to think ahead to all the uses and functions you would want it to have in order for it to serve your purposes. Things I create are even better than I imagine them to be. If you ask for something indefinite, such as to be rich or happy, ask yourself, how would I know if I were happy? How much money would I have in the bank to consider myself rich? How much monthly income? How much extra money to spend on certain items I want? When you ask for extra money, but you don't know how much, you may get an extra dollar rather than the larger but unstated amount you were thinking of. Ask for the specific amount of money you want. Magnetize that sum or even more. Also picture the essence of what that money will give to you and the higher qualities you want it to help you express. When you magnetize something specific, ask, what essence or functions do I want from this? What are all the ways I will use it? Is this the only acceptable form or way it can come? Am I being open to having the best thing come? Or are there other forms that will fulfill the same function in even better ways? Can I have the essence of what I want right now without waiting to buy this specific thing or have this sum of money? When you magnetize, you can either picture the specific object you want and the functions and requirements you want it to fill, or picture the requirements you want it to fill and let it come in whatever form is best. Either way will work.
Thank you. Anybody else want to read?
I'll read.
Thanks, Rhonda.
Once you're clear about the essence of what you want, learn to recognize it when it comes. One woman wanted a new apartment and got very specific about the form. She wanted a place with a balcony, lots of sunlight, and a park nearby. She was also clear about what having these specific things would give her. The balcony would allow her to have a garden in which to grow vegetables, and the location would allow her to be outdoors with trees and fresh air. She worked with energy to draw to her both the apartment and the essence it would give her. Shortly thereafter, she met a new friend who was in the produce business, and he bought her many wonderful fresh vegetables. He loved the outdoors, and they spent many weekends hiking and camping in beautiful places. One day she realized that she already had the essence of what she wanted from a new apartment, and it had come in an even better way than she had imagined. If there is something you want but do not yet have, explore the essence of your request. Your soul brings you the essence of what you desire, although it may not be in the form you expect. The essence you want may have already come to you, and all you need to do is recognize it. To magnetize successfully, focus on creating what you want, not on getting rid of something you don't want. Many people do not know what they want, yet they are very clear on what they don't want. If you don't know what you want, you can start by looking at the circumstances in your life you don't like and ask for opposite circumstances to appear. For fun, ask your friends what would make them happy or what they want in their lives. You will be surprised how many people will start by describing the conditions they don't want rather than the ones they want. For every condition you don't want, describe as clearly as you can what you would replace that condition with. State what you want in the present tense as an affirmation. Instead of saying, I don't want to struggle to pay my bills, you could say, I pay my bills easily each month. Another important aspect of magnetizing is to be sure that what you are asking for is something you can imagine having. If you want $1 million, can you really imagine having it? $1 million might not seem real to you, particularly if you have trouble imagining yourself paying your rent easily and on time each month. Your belief that it is possible may not be strong enough to draw this sum of money to you within a time frame that would give you an experience of success with your magnetizing. It is best to start asking for those things you can imagine having, yourself having. When you start with items that you believe are possible to create, you get to experience the successful results of your magnetism and energy work, which strengthens your belief in your ability to create what you want. Each success builds on the one before. Your subconscious builds a stronger and stronger belief in your ability to manifest. And with that confidence, it gains the ability to create more and more abundance for you. As you experience success, you develop a belief and an inner knowing that it is possible to create even those things that felt impossible when you started. It is that inner feeling, knowing that it is possible and even probable that you will have what you want. That is most important when you get ready to draw objects into your life. Magnetize things you truly want, are prepared to have, and are excited about having. If after thinking that you want something, you realize that you aren't truly prepared to go after it and make it your primary focus, it is better to let go of wanting it and put your energy into getting something else that is truly meaningful to you. If you aren't truly motivated and clear on your intent to have something, you may not draw it to you.
My turn. Thank you. Magnetizing what you truly want, not Okay. Magnetizing what you truly want, not something that is a compromise. I can't read. Magnetize what you want. Acquiring objects that are compromises is rarely exciting enough to stimulate you to do what is necessary to get them. If you do not feel you can create what you want, it is better not to ask for something in its place that doesn't really excite or motivate you. Many of you have a mental list of things that you want, but you don't have yet. Every time you refer to this list, you think of all your unfulfilled wants and tell yourself that you aren't successful in creating what you want. Make a list of everything you have been thinking you want and do some soul searching. Do you really want these things? Are they old pictures of what you think you should want? Take all the unimportant things off your mental list until you are left with only a few really important things that you want to create. You are motivated to create the things you love, the things that bring you delight and not just relief. Many of you say to yourselves, I should create money to pay off my debts, get my car fixed, or get this or that. Shoulds don't give you enough emotional energy to create abundance. Sorry, I have to underline that real quick. And do not come from your higher self. Thinking you should pay off your debts is not enough motivation for most people, unless there is also some joy in doing so, such as a feeling of well-being and satisfaction in watching the debts disappear. It is better to acknowledge that you don't really want some of the things you have on your list, so you can focus instead on getting what you really do want. My energy is focused and directed toward my goals. Once you have made the decision that your goal is worth getting and putting energy into making it a priority, getting and putting energy into make it a priority. You may not have to commit much energy, but be willing to do so if necessary. Pick the one or two most important things you could create in your life and focus on them. Ask yourself, what is the single most important thing I could create in my life right now? Then begin to create it. You can have whatever you believe you can have, and you can begin to have the essence of anything that you want right now. Be aware that once you start creating with energy and magnetism, you are going to get what you asked for, usually more easily than you expect. Most things will come through your normal channels. If you usually buy things, that will probably be how you get the objects you magnetize. Don't invalidate your energy work because things come easily and naturally. I really like that one. I'm going to underline that too. You may be tempted to say, this came so easily. It would have come anyway without my energy work and magnetism. Your skill in magnetizing will evolve and you will discover new techniques. So getting what you want will get easier and easier. After a while, it may seem as if you didn't really do anything. Congratulate yourself when something you have been wanting comes into your life and recognize that you have succeeded in drawing it to you. Be willing to view everything that comes as an indication that your magnetism is working. Acknowledging each success makes it even easier to create the next thing that you want. Our first play sheet. Okay. Everybody needs a pen or a pencil, and then if you want to write in your book, you can. Does anybody want loose paper? Want some paper? I'm gonna go grab a little stack just in case anybody wants some paper. You want some? Want paper? Are you gonna write in your book?
I'll take this. Thank you.
Paper?
I'll take one too. Thank you.
I like to write in my book, but I know some people
I do
don't.
too.
You got a little journal in
I
there?
have to read it right into my mind.
Yeah.
More?
I'm thinking of
For now?
like
Okay, I'm gonna
others
put the
and
extra
things.
paper here in case anybody wants more. All right, so to bring together many of the things that we've learned so far, we're going to think of something that we want to create in our life, something that is a reach for you right now. So number 1 says, write down as specifically as you can what it is that you want to create. Whenever you're ready. Number 2 says, can you ask for something that's even better? Number 3 says, what level of intention would it take to get it? So how much time, energy, or commitment? Number 4 says, what quality do you hope having this object, sum of money, or thing will help you express? So what quality do you hope having this object, sum of money, or thing will help you express? Peace of mind, aliveness, freedom, love, etc. Number 5 says to list several ways that you can experience the quality you just chose. How can you experience those right now? Number 6, what are the essences that you expect this object or thing to give you? For instance, a new house may represent the desire for more space, sunlight, privacy, or a quieter environment. So the essences are like the details or the not always a tangible thing, but the qualities that that thing will bring you. And then finally, number 7 says, are there alternative ways that you might have these essences, or what other things would provide the essence of what you want? So if you feel like the thing you want is out of reach, what is within reach but has the same essence or feeling? It says gaining clarity about what you want is powerful in bringing something into your life in a way that will truly fulfill and satisfy you. Clarity makes the magnetism you will learn in the next chapter more effective. You will want to magnetize the essence something will give you, the thing itself, and the qualities that you are seeking in having it. So does anybody want to share or do you have questions about the differences between qualities and essences and all of that?
I'll ask a question.
Yeah.
So for number 4, I wrote peace of mind
Mm-hmm.
as the quality, but then I guess it's number 6 also, you said, like what is the essence that you would feel? And so I also put peace of mind that my bills are paid. So is
Yes.
that right?
Yeah,
Accurate?
so the quality is peace of mind and the essence would be the bill being paid.
Mhm.
So the feeling is the essence, or
Okay.
excuse me, the feeling is the quality, the higher quality, and then the essence is the actual circumstance.
So the bill being paid.
The bill being
So I don't even
paid
need to
or
write peace of mind necessarily.
they're tied together,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Okay.
you could separate them that way. Yeah, that's a good question. Anybody else questions about those?
I'm not sure what my question is, but
Yeah.
it's very curious. So for quality, I put, freedom and love,
Mm-hmm.
based on knowledge and music and teaching and love and giving in each class. And then for, was it number 6?
Yeah, the essences.
For 6, it will bring more happiness, love and freedom to enjoy my life more, like travel and stuff like that.
Perfect. Yep.
Okay.
Thanks for sharing.
Mhm.
Anybody else questions or comments or? Good to go? All right, cool. I like writing in my book. Last year I wrote in here 3 to 5 acres so I could park my RV on it.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of concerns about owning land, and so it still hasn't happened. So now I'm like, all right, scratch that idea. So it's okay if what you thought you wanted, after you start thinking like, oh, well, more land means more responsibility and more time driving because it's not going to be close to town, and then you're like, oh, I don't actually want land. I just want my RV somewhere. Like you kind of figure out
Hey, found the essence somewhere else.
exactly. Yeah, you can find the essences somewhere else. I think I shared last time too, like one time I'm like, man, I just want this feeling of relaxation and rest, and then I realized, oh, I can eat a popsicle in my room with the door closed and let the kids watch a show, and that's the same feeling.
Yeah.
I don't have to spend, X amount of dollars to go to a day spa for that same feeling. All right. Well, we still have 20 minutes, and I thought that was going to take longer. So if you guys are cool with it, we can jump into chapter 4. Sound good? Okay. Does anybody want to start us off reading chapter 4? I can read too. I'll kick us off, and then if anybody else wants to go next. Chapter 4 is magnetizing what you want. Drawing the objects, forms, money, and people you want into your life is easier when you work with energy and magnetism before you take action. Creating with energy is done by getting quiet and relaxed and then bringing images, symbols, and pictures of what you want into your mind. Magnetizing what you want requires generating a magnetic force to draw things to you. You work with energy and magnetism all the time. Though usually not consciously, you can learn to consciously work with energy and magnetism to amplify the power of your thoughts and create what you are picturing. A few moments of energy work combined with magnetism and done with a sense of clarity about what you want can create greater results than hours of hard work. You are sending out an energy broadcast all the time. This broadcast may be attracting or repelling things you want. You can learn to increase your skill at magnetizing and become even more attractive to what you want. You start magnetizing what you want by working with your energy and learning to relax, focus, visualize, and use your imagination. Magnetizing involves generating a magnetic field. The image of a magnetic coil is used to help you visualize and feel this magnetism. You can magnetize money, small or large objects, and indefinite things such as qualities and essence. You can also draw people to you who you will have a working relationship with, such as employers, employees, publishers, mechanics, and so on. You cannot use magnetism to change another person or force something to happen that is not in the best interest of both parties. For magnetism works only to draw those things to you that are in the best interest of all concerned. Creativity, inventiveness, playfulness, and spontaneous imagination are your best tools when creating with energy. Every time you do the magnetism exercises in this book, you will notice that you have different thoughts, feelings, and ideas. Manifestation is a dynamic state. It is always changing. The intensity of your magnetism and your pictures may not be the same from one time to the next. Use and expand your imagination and play with whatever images and feelings come up. The feelings of magnetism is more important than any of the individual steps. Once you experience this feeling, recreate it with any visualization or picture that works for you. I am increasingly magnetic to money, prosperity, and abundance. There are some basic principles to becoming more magnetic to what you want. First, it is best if you know how what you are asking for will be the appropriate expression for whatever higher quality you want to express more frequently in your life. As you magnetize something, think of the quality you want to radiate. Second, it is helpful to magnetize the essence or features of what you want as well as the specific form. Does anybody else want to read a little bit? I can keep going. All right. Y'all get to
I
listen.
can if you want, Melissa.
Okay, sounds good.
If you can hear the puppy though too loud, please tell me because she's like on my last nerve tonight. You can magnetize the symbol of what you want if you don't know its actual form. Symbols are very powerful because they bypass all your thoughts and beliefs about what you think is possible for you to have. Third, ask for what you want or even more. Fourth, love and intend to have what you are asking for. You will want to think positively of what you want, for high positive thoughts are more magnetic than worry, fear, and tension. Fifth, believe that what you're asking for is possible to have. Sixth, it is important not to need what you are calling to you, but rather to have a certain detachment about it. Let it be all right if it doesn't come, or if it comes in a different form from what you expect. After you have asked for something, surrender to whatever comes as being appropriate. The easiest things to magnetize are small objects that are similar to other items you have already created, perhaps in the same price range. It is good to start with something that you feel you can succeed in creating. Creating it will give you feedback and confidence in your developing magnetizing skill. As you practice these smaller objects, see if you can fine-tune your ability to get exactly what you want or something even better than you are picturing. Play with how quickly and easily you can attract it. As your skill increases, can you guys hear her or no?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, I'll stop because she's like hurting my ears, so.
I'll pick up for you. Thank you. As your skill increases, you can magnetize things that are larger, more expensive, or more challenging for you to believe you might have. When you magnetize something, there will be a point at which you suddenly feel it coming to you. It may feel as if there is a click, or the feeling of building energy will begin to lessen. When you feel this, it is a signal that your magnetizing is complete and you can stop magnetizing. If there has been no click, if you don't feel closer to having it, magnetize again until you feel an inner sense that the energy has shifted. You have the ability to know when your magnetism is working. This inner knowing is developed over time through observation and awareness of the process and through the feedback of the results you produce. As you practice, sometimes you will want to magnetize several times, and other times once will be enough. Most of you use too much energy and power to create small results. You can learn how to put out a small amount of energy and create big results. There is a proper amount of energy for creating whatever you want. For instance, if you want to attract your next meal, you do not usually need to spend the entire day thinking about it and working at drawing it to you. Some of you use far too much of your vital force to attract something that is as simple to create as a meal. Learn to sense how much energy it will take to get what you want, then put out just that amount and no more. I create what I want with energy. Good things come to me easily. If you are exerting too much energy, it will feel like a strain. If you must constantly remind yourself to think about something you want and work on it, if magnetizing feels like a struggle and you are putting out a tremendous amount of energy for just a little to no result, you are putting out too much magnetic intensity. If you have to apply too much power, you are probably going against the current of your higher path. If when you think of something you can almost feel is coming, you are using the right amount of energy. If you use too small an amount, it will not come to you at all, or it may take a long time to come. You can know if you are exerting too small an amount of energy because what you want will seem far away. It will seem like a wish more than a certainty. Before you attract something that has much larger energy than what you have now, learn to harmonize with its energy. For instance, if you want a sum of money that is much larger than what you have, you will want to be ready for it, to know in advance how you are going to store it, what you will use it for, and how it will help your life. You will want to imagine how you will feel when you have it and resolve any concerns you may have about receiving it. Before you magnetize anything that is much larger than what you have now, play with wearing the energy of what you will draw to you. Imagine that you already have it and look at how your life is different because of it. You can learn to harmonize and become familiar with things before you have them. As you do, you will become more magnetic to having them. For example, go walk around model homes. If you want a new house, or if you want to travel, like just look at air prices and stuff like that. One way to harmonize with something that is much larger than you have now is to expand what you have asked for. If you want a sum of money that is much larger than what you have, try wearing an even larger sum. Continue trying out increasingly larger sums of money. You will notice that as the amount increases, the way you feel and think changes. Some amounts may feel comfortable, but higher sums may feel slightly uncomfortable. As you wear larger sums, you may find that a smaller sum that initially felt uncomfortable becomes more comfortable. Only magnetize what feels comfortable and possible to have. Oh, another good thing to do is like go test drive cars that are like slightly outside. Yeah.
So, when it says where,
Yeah. It's kind of like act as if. So like if I had $1 million, what time would I wake up and what would I eat for breakfast and what
Gotcha.
gym would I have a membership to? Like thinking and then trying to do as many of those things as you can.
Gotcha.
Yeah. The more you feel comfortable with money or anything at an energy level before you magnetize it, the more easily it will come to you. Observe closely how your thoughts about yourself might change, how your feelings and your lifestyle would be different. Doing this will draw out any hidden fears, such as having this might mean too much responsibility, or I'll have to worry more about taxes and accountants, people will want my money, and so on. As you deal with these doubts or worries, you make it possible to become more magnetic to what you want. Hey, come on in. We're just finishing up a book club, but you can get relaxed wherever you like. No, you're good. Come on in. Yeah, we're going to do the sound bath right after. Yeah. When you first work with these exercises, the results may be less consistent and the timing less controllable than you would like. Eventually, the steps will become automatic and the amount of work you do to magnetize what you want will decrease each time. Do these exercises only as long as you find them enjoyable and interesting. Magnetize what you want as frequently as you like, for a few minutes or half an hour. After you master one level of magnetism, you might still need to work a bit more to produce results at your next level and attract things that are hard for you to accept as possible in your life. Once you master creating a particular type of thing, all you will usually need to do in the future is think of it for it to manifest readily. If you are able to manifest something easily and then the flow stops or begins to lessen, or attracting it requires too much work, it may be time to examine more carefully the path you are on. Pay close attention to any whispers of new directions that are emerging. Sanaya and Duane. You can do the exercise by yourself, with a partner, or with a group of people. If you're doing them alone, you may want to record the instructions and play them back, as they will lead you step by step into the process of magnetism. If you have a partner, you may want your partner to read the instructions to you. For your convenience, we have prepared an audio meditation of the general magnetizing process you can use. There's a reference in the back of the book. There's like a website. Honestly, though, I've looked and I've never found it. Like, I've gone to the website and there's so much on there that I wasn't able to navigate where it was. If you're with a group, which we are, you may want one person, that's me, to read the instructions to the entire group. And if you skipped the exercise on relaxing, make sure you go back and do that. Feeling peaceful when you magnetize is essential, and you may want to keep a recording. So what I'm going to do for there's 3 exercises. There's general magnetizing, which is magnetizing anything. And then the next exercise is magnetizing a person that you don't know yet. So this could be a business partner or pest control, because you just found out you have a colony of rats in your attic, and that's happened today. Very specific. So that can be like a specific person. I've worked with a lot of groups, and you can't use this one to magnetize a romantic relationship. For whatever reason, they say don't do that. And then the third one is magnetizing a group of people. So this could be like a group to fill your class, or it could be a group to learn something new with, or it could be a group of direct salespeople. It could be anything. So my plan, and then there's one more, which is group magnetizing, which is a whole group of people magnetizing for one person. Hi, come on in, find a spot to lay. We'll get started soon. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to record each of these in the group chat, and then you can go back to them and listen whenever you want to. We're not meeting next week because it's Thanksgiving. So I'll send these in the next couple of days, and then we can kind of just practice them whenever we want to. Keep sharing in the group, keep asking questions in the group, and then when we come back in December, we'll start section 2. I know, isn't that crazy? We'll start section 2 in December. Does anybody have questions before we wrap up tonight?
No.
No? Let's sink in. I like to replace some of the words they use in this book. Like magnetizing for me is visualizing and meditating, like getting calm, getting quiet, and really focusing on what it is I want to draw into my life. So
That last chapter reminds me of like people saying fake it till you make it,
Yes.
or whatever, like where, so I was trying to think of something,
Dress for the
instead
job
of the
you
words
want.
fake it,
Yeah.
you know, wearing it is kind of,
I
yeah,
like that, yeah.
Dress
yeah,
for the job you want, you know?
yep,
exactly.
yep,
Yeah,
acting
good
as it, yep.
Yep. I manifested that.
Yeah, before I got my car, I test drove it more than once. Before I got my gym membership that I love, we went and toured several times. Like doing, if you know what you want and you can like test drive it, so to speak, try to do that. Yeah,
I went and walked through all the model homes in the
Yeah.
neighborhood that I'm trying to move into, or
Yeah.
that I am moving into.
Yes,
yay!
And but what you said earlier, it's like I had the house picked.
Yep,
It faces the west, so I can watch the sunset. You know,
Yeah.
it's everything. And then my son showed me this other neighborhood, and I went through it, and I'm like, oh my god,
oh yeah,
I'm
that's what I
already
want.
manifesting that house over there.
Yeah.
But now I might want this one.
Yeah, yep,
Even bigger
exactly.
than what you imagined.
It is
you
even
know?
bigger. Yeah.
Very cool.
The upgrade.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys. If you want to come this Saturday for our Friendsgiving, it's a free potluck thing. But book club wise, we'll see you after Thanksgiving.
What is this place?
Yeah, it's so I'm gonna go ahead and stop the
I'm
recording
new here,
here,
so I
but
don't
bye
know.
guys. See you
Yeah,
next time.
a lot of
Thanks, Melissa.
Love y'all.